Is this going to work? Oh. Let's see. It should be working. It should be live. Let's check. It is! That took a disturbingly long time to be sure. Hello everyone. How are we all doing? So, let's continue the campaign, shall we? And just see where we're getting to. I don't know if we're going to win this campaign. I'm enjoying this campaign, though. And then we're going to get back to other campaigns at times in the future. If anyone's wondering what happened, my sister was cooking lunch today. Hence why the family now is all having McDonald's. I love my sister dearly. Her ability to cook is interesting. Hello, everyone. Yay! They delivered a notification on time. That's always good. Today is the, if I'm not mistaken, the 30th of July. So I have found the 3, and I have found the 0. Today is Sunday the 30th of July. Ooh. Clash of Fleets. Ideally I'd like Hedgehog to withdraw. But I will fight that battle, and I will get Hedgehog out of that battle. This shall be interesting, but Hedgehog, we shall get you out of here. So basically, pause, sail, retreat, maximum speed, save primary armament, AI control. No. Maximum speed. Enemy are spotted to the southwest. We are going to be able to lose them. And nicest way, we have 4 guns covering our rear and 2 forward. We are a reverse renowned shape, but we have plenty of 6-inch guns. Come on, Hedgehog, you can do this. You can... come on, Hedgehog, I named an entire class for you. I named my first generation battle cruisers Hedgehogs because of you. Update on the heat pump Havoc saga. Looks like part of the problem was that all the terminators in my brake panel were 1/8 to 1/4 or more loose. Fun. Did you all hear the thunderclap then? It's the game, isn't it? Not outside. Hello, John of Moon. How is everyone doing today? You bought a battleship. Seriously, none of your ships could have touched me. It was just quite disturbing. Ay, caramba. So we got sound alerts, desktop audio, video capture device, all at full levels. No damage. That's good. But it does mean we have a rather large fleet coming up here from Japan. And We'll leave those torpedo boats there. Oh yeah. We are possibly grouping together the largest group. This battle that's coming up, they might not enjoy, because if they do carry on coming up, this one, they could find themselves fighting a lot of battle cruisers. An actual lot of battle cruisers. Hello, Ali. Yeah, my plan is that the Japanese battle fleet runs into one battleship and like 5 cruisers runs into a dozen battle cruisers. Peace already? How much did they give me? Ah. Why is that making that noise? I'd like Madagascar. I would take some of your battleships. I'll take some of your cruisers. I'll take some of your destroyers. Anything else I can take? No. Okay. So I got peace with... Oh, I've got a turn-back armor scheme. Okay. Let's see, I've got that conquest going on still. Let's go to China and redirect all the fleets which have been doing naughty things to Japan to go do naughty things to China. Shall we? Yeah, you will now go to Shanghai. You will now go to Hanchao. Move all the battleships to there. Take the destroyers with you. Battleships and cruisers, all of you go to there. I forgot. I now have North Honshu. I've taken part of the Japanese home islands. How did I do that? Okay, anyway. So let's go look at the design options, the plannings. What can we do? Oh, we could do submarine improvements. Hull strengthening would be a good one to have. New boilers, always good. I always like to improve my boilers. Anything else I fancy? I fancy the submarine improvements. Why are we tangling the IJN? Well, because the IJN decided to declare war on us in last episode, and frankly, I'm happy to beat them up. Or rather, avoid them beating me up. We sank one of their light cruisers for the loss of one of our destroyers. That's I'll take. How's the conquest going? I'm not really worried about France doing dirty on me because, frankly, France economically can't afford to be not to annoy me. Let's go to France. Relations, we're down to 0. Let's go to politics, finances. Currently building. Ooh, we're well over building capacity. Yeah. Let's hope we get a few more stuff. Yeah. Rangefinders does help when it's available and to focus on them. Always focus on them. But there's an advantage of hopping around the other stuff. Yes, they can order a battlecruiser. Yes. Easter Island, I'm coming for you. Where is the nearest naval force I am? I'm sure I have something over here. Stop laughing. There you go. I have some light cruisers. I thought there was more around here somewhere. I keep losing track of where all my ships are. I have lots of submarines. I have a couple of subs in pretty much every island, which causes people to have a nightmare, but also means they're all occupied. But what do I have sitting in Pearl Harbor? I have destroyers. Good luck, destroyers. On way come the destroyers. Were you able to secure additional supplies via Amber? Yes, thanks to the assistance of some very good colleagues. I haven't secured much iron brew, but I've secured enough for today's brew ships. Two months till they're commissioned. Oh, good lord. They're commissioning. They're ready in 2 months. They'll be useful. Ooh, modern battleship hull design. Okay. Oh, I managed to avoid this for so long. Okay, apparently I'm now at war with America. I didn't want war with America. I've avoided war with America. I have plenty of those. I have nothing up there. But I do have quite a large force of ships sitting here, which I will now move. Let's see. You're all moving across to there. You. Are all moving down to there. And good old Hedgehog. You are going to move to Norfolk. And blockade Norfolk. Yeah. That's my plan. I have lots of interesting vessels around here, but I should probably put some more submarines in all around this place. And I think that will work. Right. Can you imagine? Your colleagues must be in cahoots with Bar to be able to supply you with a brew. Also, have you tried in case of shortages doing brew ships with tea and coffee? I don't like tea or coffee. I don't drink it. I know, it's terrible. It's very un-British, but you know. Jonathan, in my current 1900 England start, I've had to research 100% and rangefinders focus from TOW 1. I'll have radar by mid-1914. That is always good. Rangefinders do help. That reminds me, actually. I keep moving it around, depending on what I think will be useful to me. I'm not doing any more designing until I've finished building some things. Now, the battleships, I honestly didn't build because I was worried about America. Honestly didn't build because I was worried about America. Should be ready about now. This might not be a good fight. Let's fight this battle. Let's do it. Let's see what happens in this one. Oh, the Matsushima Ishima class. Yeah. This might be an interesting one-way fight. So, basically, we have the battleship. You three are going to be on screening duties for the battleship. You're also on screening duties for the battleship. You are going to be detached. And then we are going to... Right, you two are going to become... I don't know. Detach. Pause. Okay. Detach. Right then, so I want you to go you. And you two to go together. And then... No, I don't want... Oh. Sometimes this really annoys me. And I've got to figure out a better way of doing it. Okay, so. They're together. So you guys go off and avoid torpedoes. You're the battle... You are the one incomparable with Colossus. Okay, so you go to there. You also go off and avoid torpedoes. You are AI in charge of the battle group. You are going into there. And you are also going to go off and avoid torpedoes. And we go. Yay! How far away are we from our opponents? Let me just check. If we're already firing... Colossus and Incomparable. You are going to charge straight ahead at full speed. Okay? Right then. Yeah, I will run. But that's why I have near enough 30-knot battle cruisers hunting it down. Lots of them. You do your fastest. You go as fast as you can, little ship. Because let's be honest, if anyone thinks you running like that from that is cowardice, they are absolute morons. Off you go. Hello, Wayne. Let's be honest. The US, I'm not sure why they picked this fight, but they have. This is incomparable. She has, let's see, 8 13.5-inch guns. I forget quite how many 6-inch guns, but let's see, there is 11 twin turrets, so that's 22 6-inch guns, plus a whole load of 3-inch guns, which I just chucked in places, and some torpedoes. Plus, she has 12 inches of armor in certain places. I mean, I'm not saying I designed them for this kind of fight, but I did design them for this kind of fight. And that's before we get on to the 30-knot battleships, which are just about to be finished in the UK. Now, this vessel can do 22.4 knots. So, it can run quite well. But mine have a 6.6 knot advantage over its top speed. And they are slowly, ever so slowly, wheeling it in. It's now within 6-inch gun range when they will start firing their 6-inch guns. It is well within 12-inch gun range. In contrast, 11's 7.1-inch guns have a range of 9.8 kilometers. So, it's a long time before I get in range of those. In meantime, it is going to be deluged under 6-inch shell fire. At a certain point, it's actually going to be in 3-inch gun range. Possibly by the time I'm in 7-inch gun range of it. Because let's be honest, my 3-inch guns have a range of 7.6 kilometers. It's... no, it should actually, 7-inch gun should be able to fire before I get there. But, where are you two? You two are over there. Might I suggest you two do this angle? At full speed. Oh, and you two are also coming through. And, oh, friggity fun. Yeah. 12-inch battle cruisers coming through. This is just not a nice fight, really. This is my idea of how you use battle cruisers, really, based on the historical literature of how they're supposed to be used. The concept some people have of fighting fair is just very strange. They are firing back as best they can. The trouble is they know the moment they get hit by a 13.5-inch shell, the amount of damage one of those shells will do is basically going to end their ability to run away. And it's happened. Think possibly the crossfire, but I'm not sure. Might be the ranging fire from the stern. Oh, frigate. That's definitely crossfire. Yep. Bye-bye, Reliance. If the IJN makes the Keel-Lang Serum Musashi public, as well as acknowledging the Yamato class as a whole, does Comrade Stalin place even heavy emphasis on the battlecruiser consumption? Honestly, Japan building such huge ships, that's going to worry him. Remember, the Russians are still dealing with the legacy of Tsushima and the Russo-Japanese War. Yes, they do win a series of land wars against the Imperial Japanese Army in Manchuria, but primarily in northern China. But yeah, I'd say we withdraw from that battle. I was 11.6-inch guns. Withdraw. Yeah. Oof. Withdraw. So I get a pick when I fight you. You don't get a pick when you fight me. Huh. That's good for me in America, not so good for you. My plan is to basically hammer you down into... Yep, you are all going to go. To here. Oh yeah. 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 Marlborough. And then we'll send in 2 battlecruisers as well. We'll send the 2 upgraded battlecruisers. Because why not? Because honestly, why not? Because that's a 6-ship flotilla, which is frankly going to be a nightmare for anyone to fight. And we will move you up to there to wait for them as well. And see if I can't join the 2 fleets together. I should have more of those ships built somewhere. Where did they come out? Where have they come? Where have I put them in? Did I send them to Bombay or Madras? Ah, shit. Wait, where's my fleet? Where is my fleet? Now I'm forgetting where my ships actually are. Ah. They're in the English Channel. They're in Plymouth. Oh, that's lovely. I forgot I had them coming into the English Channel. That's good. That's where my little shippies are. They're in the English Channel. They're happy. No to New Haven. Not in Portsmouth. They're in Plymouth. Yay, I've got them. This is not going to do anyone any good. Let's see. Where's the largest? I haven't got any ships going towards. Boston, Portland. Boston it is. Yep. So they're named Hannibal, Implacable, Jupiter, and Resolution. These vessels, remember, have a top speed of 24.2 knots. They have 15 15-inch guns, 8 they have 24 6-inch guns, and 4 4-inch guns, just because I thought they might need something extra more fun. They are fairly capable vessels. That means that my building construction for all these ones has gone down. I'm building more Implacable class battleships. They're going to be built in 16 months, 20 months. Oh, they're fun. Oh, Queen Elizabeth is being built for the Netherlands. That's annoying. Strange. Trafalgar is being built for the Netherlands. Woolwork is being... Warrior is being built for... I think, again, the name... Gain needs to start thinking, okay, these names might... Commonwealth is being built for the... Okay, there's a small bug here that needs to be sorted out. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, just a small bug. The name should come from the nations buying them, not the nations building them. Britain will not sell HMS Queen Elizabeth to Portugal. Okay. Why am I at war with so many people? This is vaguely annoying to me, but not impossible for me to deal with. Disturbingly enough. Sheer quantity of fleets available at certain points. Gibraltar. They're all being repaired, aren't they? Alright. Let's see. Yeah, Germany's looking interesting. World politics. Ooh. Shall I invade the eastern United States of America? Serious question. Yes, I am just finding out where my fleets are. I have lost track of some of them. I do apologise. It's a very British thing to do, to lose track of your fleets. Ah, I've got a battle cruiser up there. I forgot I had a battle cruiser up there. Oh, Danzig. Penelope, you can go play. Hang on. I have 12 destroyers sitting in this area. I have no idea why I have 12 destroyers sitting in this area. But you can go play as well. And protect the battlecruiser, because then the battlecruiser now has 12 destroyers to escort it. And that just makes it even nastier of a fun thing to play with. We have some submarines elsewhere as well, I swear. Scapa Flow, their fleet's gone. Plymouth, the fleet's gone. Let's see what battles stand up, shall Oh, let's see. Two battle cruisers. These battleships, their battleships have some 9.1-inch guns. Has a 13-inch gun. Fight. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but we lost a battleship, which is annoying. That's a lot of ships. Fight. Victory. Convoy. Right. They're already damaged? Monmouth is 40,000 tons, 33 knots, 28 knots. Okay, that's the naval invasion I was looking for. Hedgehog has found a group to move up with. And you four are going into there, down to there. You'll be enough tonnage to seriously add on. There are going to be some absolutely massive battles in that area, aren't there? There are going to be absolutely colossal ones. So we'll keep that one there. Move ships. Let's see what happens with them. It's 1 battleship, 1 battlecruiser, 4 cruisers, 9 light cruisers, and 10 destroyers. And this is 3 battleships and 4 battlecruisers. That should be enough to keep them busy. Research-wise, what have I got going on? Anything useful? Turret mechanisms will be very useful right about now. Maneuver warfare I will take, and rangefinders are going off. Big guns is coming on, and we will see what we can do. Those battles do, big battles do actually destroy frame rates, which is one of the reasons why occasionally I just don't play them. Because I just, yeah. Although this computer's fairly good at dealing with them. Withdraw. Right then, let's... Star-class battlecruiser. Okay. Your shipbuilding is at 1.7 million tons. Yeah. My shipbuilding capacity is not at 1.7 million tons, unfortunately. Okay, so... Now you are... Oh... Yeah, this does not look like it's going to be it looks like it's going to be an interesting fight. I'm probably going to lose my destroyers very quickly in this fight. Very quickly. Basically, we are hoping to stop these cruisers from being able to cause me trouble. The thing is, this is a battleship with a lot of 6-inch guns on it and a lot of 3-inch guns in it, so none of the destroyers want to come too close. So it's going to go down hard. There's no chance of me running it out of the battle. There's maybe a chance of me escaping with Formidable, but there is a case of if I do the max amount of damage I can to the Germans, that causes me more of an advantage than necessarily keeping both these ships alive. Which is a statistic you think about when you're dealing with digital lives, not when you're dealing with real lives. The Eastern, thinking the Eastern US should help with build capacity. That was my theory. So they've now lost their battle cruiser in this fight. And I've just lost one of my battleships in this fight because, well, that was fairly pyrotechnic, actually. But the trouble is for them is I've taken out their battle cruiser. AI instructions. Screen. Basically, the 6-inch guns are just merrily fighting everything. Which is what I have them for. Are you trying to use your 13.5-inch arsenal to destroy destroyers again? Because that doesn't really work. Yeah, I'm not surprised I just lost my destroyer. got fires all over the place. See if we can't get the fires under control if we get far enough away from your high explosives. You might be planning a death by 1,000 cuts, but some of us are not. And some of us want to get back home in one piece. And as such, let me explain something. That is our #1 target. We've got the fires, it seems, under control a tad. Well, don't worry, Runon. We did work out. We did know what you meant. Although it would be an interesting war to have the UK taking on Great Britain, because it'd be working out who's on which side. Knowing my family, we immediately go which side's got the money. We're fighting for that one. Oh, it's pouring rain outside at the moment. Absolutely pouring. Yes, I lost. And I'm not even going to claim that as a moral victory. I did enough damage. Enough damage. Next generation of battleships come through, they're going to be in serious trouble. They just are. And fight. Auto-resolve. I'm not surprised. There's basically no reason that fleet should in any way, shape or form lose. The British Army is doing offensives everywhere. Chance to succeed, 27%. Okay. Then you can all go up there. And you can all go up there. And we'll see what America makes of losing the eastern United States. And all the oil supply. Let's go to my fleet and see what I'll look at my construction odds. They're all building. They're 17 months away, 30 months away, so they're all a year away. I've got nothing which is going to be at sea any sooner. I don't really need to worry about that too much. My shipbuilding capacity, I'm currently trying to build 2 million tons on a capacity of 505,000. I'm upgrading my capacity though. Transport, that's fine. Finances are fine. Is there anything I can spend more on? Yeah, we'll take in the American oil. We're going to slowly work down eastern USA, southeastern seaboard, and then the Gulf Coast. If they keep on with the war, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slowly take their states. It's absolutely pouring out there. Oh, good. We've got the new 15-inch guns. Go for the Panama Canal. They always have a huge fleet in the Panama Canal zone. If I take their oil out, then that's good as destroying them, and it destroys their industrial capacity to actually build ships. Withdraw. Oh, frig. Auto resolve. That's going to be a loss. Yeah, I'm not surprised she got lost. Ah, good. There's my fleet in the sort of that region. They're going to need reinforcements. You go to there to reinforce them. There's a... I honestly didn't realise that was going to take place. Archer, move. If anyone knows where the battle cruiser came from, I would be very glad to know. You move up there. Not sure where that battle cruiser came from, but we had a battle cruiser, suddenly turn up. Never dispute when a battle cruiser comes to your aid. Apparently I can't move any of my battleships. They're all in, I'm guessing, in refit. Yeah. From there, so that's fine. But I can move these ships, and these ships are going to come up to here. As are these ships. Gonna come up to here. Any more ships around that are in massive amount of working, actually viable? Oh, Albion! Hello, Albion. You seem to also be in repair. Yep, there's all sorts of little things, maneuvers going on. Come on, navies, keep fighting. And we are, of course... We have a fleet of one battle cruiser and 12 destroyers merrily blockading Danzig. I think we should go blockade Kiel, shouldn't we? Danzig's actually far bigger than Kiel. Okay, well, what's their port? They've got port capacity. They've got ships over there. They've got a battleship and one destroyer over there, and I've got a battle cruiser and 12 destroyers there. Not sure that's necessarily the most sensible thing to do, but move submarines. I want to send you to blockade there. Yeah. I'm going to send a battleship down there as well, because if they find that there's a battleship and a battlecruiser and 13 destroyers, that should keep their battleship in line and stop them coming out to try and fight my battlecruiser. Basically, my plan is to just have enough forces in that area that the Germans go, oh, frigate, that's not really an area we want to fight. Withdraw, my dears, withdraw. McGrath class. Withdraw. Right then, what else do we want to do? We want to, I think we want to improve our mines. Start deploying a lot of mines. Yeah, basically, that is what... Let's see, that's armed with 4 12-inch guns. That's armed with 6 13.5-inch guns. That was a duel. Close. Donegal, are you... No. Where is Donegal? Where is Donegal that is she sitting around doing things like this? Let's go and... move, you three. Anything around here I should know about? Oh, Mars. Hello, Mars. What are you up to, Mars? You being good? You behaving yourself? You had plenty of bars? Mars, I might be needing you in a bit to be the mainstay of a fleet. I think I'll leave you in Singapore, though, for the moment. For the moment. Should have gone Ragoon. They're all okay. Okay. I did have a large fleet around here at one point. Where was that large fleet? I have to say go Suarez now. This is the trouble. I've kept buying capturing places. This is not fair. I no longer know where my empire begins and where it ends. Splendid. Go help. Go help line them up. Yeah. Chance to succeed over there, 37%. Now, my plan is to basically flood the North Sea with warships and then distend the German economy. This is not going to be good for them. There are like 2, 4, 6, 7 battlecruisers involved in this fight. I have battlecruisers like they have cruisers. Not the way to keep calling army losses from special operations. No, we're the British army, we're not the Russian army. We don't do special operations, we do invasions. Other people do special operations. We just do an invasion. That's a submarine. They've got their submarines out. Cute. I haven't got my submarines out yet. I should have my submarines out. Da 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 da. This is fun. I think this is fun today. How's everyone else doing? How's your week been? And going for the Panama Canal, as said, they usually have a large fleet there, but also, the fact is, the more ships I can deploy to... That's going to sound strange. Taking... Refit, yeah. The more ships I can deploy to taking part of, America, the more likely they are to knock them out the war. Whereas Panama doesn't really count as much as well. I'm glad to see they're scrapping battleships, though, at the moment. And 7-year-old battleships, so that suggests their tech was not that great 7 years ago if they're actually scrapping battleships, which are only 7 years old in the middle of a war with me when I have about 4-1 superiority numbers. Ouch! How do we lose that one? I'm not sure. Were ships already damaged in that fight? Probably. That's annoying. Let's go to the submarines. Okay, so we have them all wandering around. I think you should go for... You have 5 battleships. Who has the most battleships here? You have 5 battleships. Let's see what it allows me to do. Because it wasn't allowing me to move those ones in North Sea, and I want to leave them there then to see what it's planning. Oh, Warspite's involved in this one. We failed to get control of these United States? That I do not like. Now. Leave them there. Let's go to the research tab, see what we've got as options for investing in. Ooh, do I want to invest in submarine hulls? In control stations? Yep, I do. I want control stations, and I want boilers. I want them all incessant. The army can be quite nice in UAE. Demonic Uruguay invasion. Army then took Serbia and Bosnia while invaded Croatia. So yeah, Britain has been a training part. That's good. Let's go politics. I can't do another naval invasion of you yet. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, Agincourt vs Bismarck, Macmillan, and supply ships ×7. Agincourt, she is a Tiger 2. She's armed with 8 13.5-inch guns. Close. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that fight. Nicest way, there is no way I would, as a battlecruiser, pick a fight with a battleship escorting a convoy. There is no point. There is going to be weaker, easier prey out for me to hunt down. There just is. That's got no. Manchester, Atlanta class light. Are they buying off America? They've got a lot of stuff off America, haven't they? Withdraw. Okay. Auto resolve. Defeat. That's annoying. Fight. Auto resolve. I don't care. They're destroyed by torpedo boats. E. Let's see what we can do. Right. Can I turn this one into a victory? Pause. So, free there and the free there. So, you are going to be on and avoid that, but also you are going to be on screening duties for them. You are going to be on screening duties for them. So you're going to be on that. You're going to be on that. And you are going to detach. And you are going to be reconnaissance. Scout. For them. And you are going to be scout for them. Right then. We are going up against battleships. That's not what I would normally prefer to do with you all, but there are 6 of you. And 3 of them. Very American style design, so you're obviously not just our entire plan and our entire chance of survival rests on, well, doing something which you wouldn't have actually done in a battle. Concentration of fire. Hi, Leslie. Hello, Gaza14. Glad to see you've subscribed for this one, that long. Very nice of you to have just done so. Good luck to your destroyers trying to get through that screen. I have a lot of them. My destroyers are very good. They're backed up by 6-inch guns. You are going to cost me a battlecruiser in this fight. At least one, if not 3. I am prepared for that. I want to make sure you lose 3 destroyers. 3 battleships. The ranges we're at, this could be sensible. Ooh. Right. How many of my destroyers have I lost? Rather large number. Basically, I do realise my destroyers are buying me time to do this engagement with their lives. I'm going to have to launch a massive destroyer building program shortly. The fact that some of your battleships have numbers instead of names worries me on a visceral level. A visceral level. It just means they've lost so many battleships that they've decided that naming them just causes too much emotional damage. I don't want to end the battle. You still got... The enemy still have ships I haven't sunk yet. And I fancy making sure they lose all their battleships in this fight. Both my screens are down to just 4 ships. I've lost 4 destroyers from the screen. I've lost none of my scouts, which I consider pretty good, but obviously due to the sacrifice of the screen. Now, the Germans do have 12.7-inch guns. Which are pretty darn good on this ones. But not sure if they're going to hold up to my 13.5s as they get closer. Oh, look at this one. Schleswig-Holstein. Schleswig-Holstein, you charge! You charge me! That is interesting. And look, there is a cruiser coming to protect you. Oh, there is a cruiser coming to protect you. That is so interesting. Oh, look at the cruiser come. Look at it come. Look at the splashes. Look at this mighty cruiser trying to get closer. Again, CL1385, this does not suggest good things for your life expectancy. It suggests they think you're going to die. Now, admittedly, you are charging a load of destroyers and cruisers armed with a huge amount of 6-inch shells. But, you know, there is a chance. They are basically sending in the light ships to try and give them some protection. This is the campaign, Guardsman 14. 1922... I think it's 1924? Not sure. Basically, I'm finally fighting Germany and the United States at the same time. And so far, I'd say it's been a mixed bag, because the trouble is, prior to that, I've been fighting Austria-Hungary and Japan, so none of my ships were in the right place for a quick declaration of war by someone else. It's really annoying. think one of the things I aimed at Nassau just hit Schleswig-Holstein. She's now flooding massively. Oh, and I think Nassau is gone. We want to take out Schleswig-Holstein. Again, I'm going to lose destroyers in this fight, so someone probably going to go, yeah, you lost, or something like that, knowing this the Admiral's thing. But if they've lost 3 battleships, and I've only lost some destroyers, I will take that. I'll also take taking out their light cruisers. Because again, there is no reason they should leave with any of their ships left. At all. The American Navy in general, I do like it, but in a nicest way, in this scenario, you've got the Germans and the Americans who have both decided to resort to not naming their ships, which is just embarrassing. So yeah, we've lost 3 destroyers. And we've taken out... They have a light cruiser? Okay, I think I just overloaded it. They have 2 destroyers left. We took out 3 battleships, 2 light cruisers, 7 of their destroyers. Yeah, I think that's a safe. You can say that's a win. Sergeant 3478, Naval Destroyer. Yep. Are my destroyers armed with 6-inch guns? No, they've got 4-inch guns. Why would I put a 6-inch gun on a destroyer? Especially one of this period. Actually, some of them actually probably have 3-inch ones. I agree. I'm happy to have peace because peace means I can concentrate on the Americans and the Chinese, who I'm also at war with apparently. I keep forgetting I'm at war with the Chinese and the Americans and the Germans at the same time. Yeah. Let's just auto-resolve that. There's too many ships in the world, Nat. It's just going to be nuts. No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. No way would I do that. And the nicest one. Right, so. Ooh. They are all being repaired. That's good. You. I wonder if I can combine you all together into one super fleet. If I can, that's great. Right, I feel like I forgot I was at war with you. Has got to be amongst the top insults between nations all the time. It's just the Chinese in this particular campaign have proved to be singularly forgettable. You know, there's always times when things happen. Let's improve rate and shinders. I bet the French would probably put 6-inch guns on their destroyers. The French did all sorts of. They liked 5.9-inch guns up to at one point, I think. And the Germans, of course, especially like 5.9-inch guns. Speaking of questions about Iron Brew. Oh, negotiations failed. Oh, what a surprise. But I was still magnanimous and I suggested peace. I am a man of good virtue. I didn't think there would be peace because I kept up a blockade the entire time there was negotiations going on, but you know. That's just not... Withdraw! Oh. Okay, so there are 3 destroyers, and they've sent them out to take on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 battle cruisers. Well, Iron Brew is a soft drink. But it's a Scottish soft drink, so it's the hardest soft drink you can get. Made of girders. Used to be its tagline. But basically, it was developed at the same time as roughly as Coca-Cola in the world. And one reason why I like it is... Well, it just tastes like different and everything. I know I have this accent. So, Science 3478, I can completely... see why you wouldn't realise it, but my family's half Scottish, half Cornish, and my mum and dad met in the middle. So I have this accent from Surrey, and then I go north to see my family up in Scotland. They have all this lovely, great Highland accent, and I go south to the Cornish, and they have the great Cornish Gaelic accent, and there's me who sounds like Surrey. I got robbed. I got robbed of the accent. Citrus bubblegum soda. I can see where they got that from. So, I think we can basically say this is not fair. But still saying that, we are going to do the normal thing of putting all these to maximum speed, putting them on avoid that AI, and save main guns. Now we're going to find out which is our fastest group. Oh. Dolt. Dolt. Hello. So. Prince of Wales, you are going to that group. Courageous. No, I don't have courageous in there. Hang on, you can do that. Courageous, you can go to there. Looks like it's going to be Prince of Wales and New Zealand are going to be my hunting ships. So, all the rest of you go AI. All of you avoid torpedoes, please. We're up against destroyers. Going to set it up to 30. And New Zealand, Prince of Wales. You're my hunting group. Oh, stop doing that, you moron. You. Anemon. Yep. You up to Freena, and you are my hunting group. I think this is going to be good. To the east. Enemy spotted to the east. And we're just going to leave them running along so they can catch up with them. Because the enemy destroyers shouldn't be that far, should they? So those ones can do 29.3 knots, that's good. Those can do 29.3 knots, so they're good. They can do 32.3 knots, and they can do 27.4 knots. So I have 3 fast, 3 medium, and 3 slow battle cruisers. No, 3 fast, 4 medium, and 3 slow battle cruisers. Sounds very awesome. Highlanders are bagpipes forever. If they had John Paul Jones, they would win. You can claim that, but honestly, in this scenario, I don't think there's anything. Basically, their entire chance comes from avoidance. Because that's basically a 13.5-inch gun version of HMS Hood. These are my older battle cruisers, which, as you can see, are reverse renown. And these are, well, I'm not really sure what you can call them modelled on, but they're something. They are something. A lot of 6-inch guns on this one. Smoke is spotted to the east. We are heading due east now. at maximum speed. To the northeast. Let's give up. There's basically they are somewhere there. If they had, do you think the British Army should bring back the Royal Irish Rangers? Honestly, whilst there are several historical regiments I would love to see return, there's also a part of me sitting there thinking at the moment we have a huge number of infantry regiments which are just single battalion formations. And we are trying to move away from that because administratively, it just doesn't work in the nicest way. We have to get ourselves organised because we've wanted to keep those cap badges going. Ooh. Battle. 2 battle cruisers. Why? Where in the world do I have 2 battle cruisers as we enter hostile waters? Possible in the nicest way, there is no scenario where I have 2 battle cruisers sitting there on their own with 2 destroyers as backup. These are the fleets I have here. 6 battle cruisers. And 2 battle cruisers, 2 ships, 2 battle cruisers, 1 light cruiser, and 14 destroyers. These are the formations the Germans have wandering around up here going, hello, we'd really like to have a nice conversation with you. And I think they've evacuated their fleets. I think they have. They've evacuated their fleets. Cute. That's just getting worse. The mine layers around the United Kingdom are just getting more and more active. They are getting repaired. They're getting repaired. That is repaired. Move ships. Yeah, you can go and back up those. Do we have anything else that we can send to back them up? No. Hang on. Yeah. Agincourt and Venomous. Move! Then I will stop seeing Agincourt being used for random things, which annoy me. And move ships. They're all being repaired. Let's go see what America's happening. Politics. No invasion in the United States, definitely. And we want to choose a province to invade. Oof. Let's go for the southeastern seaboard. It requires less tonnage and we've still got way more tonnage out than we need. The trouble is for the British Army, and this is going to sound terrible, but it's kind of realistic. Since you no longer have being a large formation in Germany, they have moved from mission to mission, constantly adapting to the mission. And the trouble is, by the time they finish adapting for that mission, it's ceased to exist. And that's the trouble with the British Army. They're constantly chasing the last mission because they're just completing the adaptation for it, and they don't. It's like if you look at the strike brigades and all those, that's a great idea if you're going to be fighting wars against nations which you're always going to be bigger than and nations which you will always have a technological edge over, and or rather another technological edge to offset any numerical edge they might have. But for a lot of things, and this sort of the British Army's just sort of, whereas for the Royal Navy and the Royal Air Force, to an extent, their missions haven't changed. The Royal Air Force always has air defence of the United Kingdom to fall back on, especially as the British Army has no air defence, surface-to-air missiles, other than short-range systems, which frankly they're not really area air defence and certainly not strategic air defence systems. So the Royal Air Force always has air defence in the UK to fall back on as a reason to fund it and to provide it with consistent funding of its aircraft and aircraft procurement. And then it has various flights around the world, and it can do the strike missions, and it does those interventions. So, you know, it can defend itself. It can usually argue itself. And it's also, to an extent, the RAF has allied with the Royal Navy for carrier strike, because that means the Royal Navy will take them around around the world, and they no longer need to rely on the Army to secure their air bases. So the Royal Navy provides some squadron, the Royal Air Force provides some other squadrons, and that fills out the carrier strike requirement. And the Royal Navy, with Carrier Strike, provides Britain with a global reach asset which it can send to the Far East, it can send everywhere it needs to go, and it looks big, it sounds proud, and it's basically fits the requirements of the British government's idea of posturing around the world. But the British Army, well, no one really wants to deploy boots on the ground, because that means people are definitely going to start dying. They've been withdrawn from Germany, so they're not in that position. Yes, there are several positions they are now holding in terms of forward pacing and forward posturing in Eastern Europe and Northern Europe. And they're very good at that. But the trouble is the forces they've had have been developed around the idea of these intervention wars, these counterinsurgency operations. And now they basically need to rebuild and redevelop for a peer conflict, and they basically need to cut everything and start again. And the trouble is that's incredibly expensive. And the UK and perhaps all democratic governments are the lords of the sunk cost fallacy. They will always keep chasing the sunk costs. The rifles to Germany was done years ago, and that was done because the British government built rifles in the UK and then promptly closed down the factory and plants, etc., and said, "Oh, they're fine now." And of course, they weren't fine, because as anyone else who's actually ever bothered to exercise any intelligence of it at all would think, the odds are it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to start off by immediately going, the moment you've bought this stuff, let's start moving it. Ta-da. You know, it's basically it's the British Army. We're talking about the trouble they're in, and to be honest, the only reason the Royal Navy has managed to save the manufacturing it has is because shipbuilding in the UK is not just totemic; it's also, how do I put this politely? It's a key employer in several key constituencies in the United Kingdom. And to be honest, to an extent, The the Scots with their keep going, perhaps we should go independence. Should we go independent and all that sort of thing, actually helps the Royal Navy because most of the shipyards are in Scotland, and by being able to go, well, we've promised to build these ships here, and they're a key part of the thing that's kept them in the UK, and it's we can't get rid of those. So, yeah. Top speed, 25 knots. Oh, good lord, 25 knot battleship. Montague 2. Fight. Let's go fight it and see what happens. Yeah, that is the thing. That is the thing. There is shipbuilding. And that's a big problem we have. If you look at the Challenger saga, basically Challenger 3 is Challenger 2 getting a refit. It's going to have a lot of cool systems, but ultimately it's only pushing the problem down the road a bit. It's not actually going to help you. Let's see if they run away from me. Oh, I forgot. Ah, yes. This is the upgraded one. I upgraded with triple turrets. So, yeah, honestly, it's when you sort of start looking around, you go, okay, so we've got Boxer coming in. Boxer's a very good vehicle, but is it what we need? And I remember making the case strongly for joining the US Marine Corps APC program. And the reason was because the British, basically, if the British Army's amphibious, it suddenly gets back a huge amount of strategic mobility and viability as part of the defence force, and it builds it into that carrier battle group, because we then end up with the Royal Marine Battle Group, the Royal Marine Brigade as the theatre entry force, and then the British Army Strike Brigades as these brigades which would come in to an amphibious situation behind the Marines and fight their way through. And that seemed to me to be a very good expeditionary force capability. But no, I was shouted down. Everyone said Boxer was better, Boxer's better, and Boxer is, I would agree, as a ground vehicle, Boxer is better. As a global strategic tool of movement, I would say the USMC APC is better. And, we'd have still had to build a plant and facilities to produce in the UK. Honestly, Britain always has been happier about funding a navy in peacetime than an army in wartime and peacetime. If you consider the whole thing which led to the whole sort of the English part of the War of the Three Kingdoms, i.e. the English Civil War, as it's often called, is that whilst they were annoyed with Charles I using ships' money inappropriately for fun and not spending the money on the navy like he was supposed to. They also didn't want him to be in charge of an army, which he was asking for taxation to raise. So the thing is, this is what this is the problem. The British Army is always facing that issue still, I would argue. And that's another reason why I would have linked them into the whole expeditionary force. So the Royal Air Force is into the expeditionary forces that they provide the aircraft, some of the aircraft in the expeditionary group, some of the carrier battle group aircraft, some of the aircraft which are going as part of an expeditionary detachment to go with the sort of the division. The Royal Marines to provide 3rd Commander Brigade, which will do the amphibious landings, etc. And their brigadier, they'd also have a brigadier who was chief of staff of the combined division. The army provide the major general for the combined division. The Royal Navy would have a commodore in charge of the amphibious task group, a commodore in charge of the carrier battle group, a rear admiral in charge of the task force, and probably would have to there would have to be a shared idea of who was going to be the area commander. Because they were probably down going, well, ours is a major general, yours is a rear admiral, so they're the same rank. And you're going, you don't understand how amphibious command works, but okay. And it would be sensible. But no, they didn't do it. They haven't done that. It's annoying. I want armor quality to go up. I'm probably not on Discord today because I've got the lives and all the other things going on, but it's pouring with rain, so I might have Discord going on after this is over. I will probably finish at about 5 today and see if the rain holds off. If it doesn't, I'll just sit here sorting out for the brew ships this evening at 7. I just enjoy. I'd say I just enjoy this side of Twitch and all these things that I get to have a chat with you all, basically. To me, Twitch is in academic teaching terms, Twitch is the end of the seminar when there's no one else coming into the room. So you're sitting in there and you basically do an informal tutorial chat with the students. You get to listen to their ideas and you get to give them a bit of polish. Oh. Why did you let that happen? Oh, good. Improve that. Okay. No, we are not doing that. And where is the Theseus come from? Because if I remember correctly, the... Yeah, that's the Penelope. Where is the Theseus coming from? That's currently in the North Sea. Where are my other battleships all gone from here? Just a random question. Anyone know where they've gone? Oh, that's where it is. Easiest go down to there. Fairly sure I had a lot more battleships than this wandering around, but okay. Alright, so any more of you to... Oh yes, you need to come down. Move. And... Yes, Twitch is rather social for a platform. Yeah. Gosman, could I run a super tinfoil flat foil hat theory on the way Joni might have won to see how flawed it was? You can. Oh, this is not good. Iron Duke, Redoubtable, Warspite, Theseus, Inflexible, Monarch. There's 3 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, light cruiser, and God knows how many destroyers. There's 1 battleship, 2 battle cruisers. Oh, there's another battleship going off here. Oh, there's Eagle, which has a top speed of 25 knots versus top speed of 25.2 knots, 12-inch guns, and yeah, let's just fight it again. Where was Eagle coming from, by the way? Just a random question. I have no idea where Eagle was operating from. Oh, Alex, do you know where half your fleet is? No idea. None at all. It's just turning up in the fights. That's all I really care about. Hello. And you guys. We're basically making this invasion 100% chance. Again, where is Repulse? Repulse is somewhere in the Baltic. There is Repulse. Repulse, you will go join that fleet. Ah, Malaya. You also go join that fleet. Oh. Alright, listen, I think you need a bigger staff. I do, I need a staff. I need a team of Star Horses to remind me where my ships are. Oh, spent half my time going, oh, I've got a ship there. Oh, that's good. Hang on. I am still at war with China. Okay. The war is over. Where do I want? Where do I want? Oh, do I want the Dodecanese? I want the Azores, definitely. Ooh. Niger. Do I want any of their light cruisers? I don't want... I'll take their cruiser. Anything else I can have? So, I apparently... Oh, I have more ships available. I forgot. Where did you guys come from? There. Oh, wait, hey, wait. Oh, tangent. I think we just go and destroy the Chinese. Oh, we got more ships. Hello. Okay. Wei Hai Wei is where you'll be going. Da, 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 da. You were repairing, weren't you? That's it. Yeah. Oh. Yes, I do keep forgetting where my fleets are. Stop. It's not a meme. It's definitely not a meme. It could become one at any point, but it's not a meme at the moment. Oh. Da, 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 da. Right, it's not a meme at the moment. It's getting there, but it's not a meme at the moment. So we have this, and then once we've taken this, we'll also move some more ships over from up here. So basically, once war's finished with Germany, we'll move a large fleet across to the American seaboard and really start pummeling them. Because we'll be down to just war with... Well, we're technically at war with both China and America, but let's be honest... America is more fun. Submarines or boats? Warships are war canoe. Warships are big grey war canoes. Oh, my pretties. Oh, you are now ready. Oh, that's so good to know. Have I shown you all my Conqueror-class battleships? Oh, then with the other class. Oh, this is going to be right. Once they're commissioned, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Finances. Wow, I'm almost doing well on that. Turret mechanisms and gun layout. Oh no, shells. Let's boost the shells. It's absolutely toddling it down outside. let's see if I can find some ships anywhere. Do I have any other ships around here? Do I have any ships in maintenance? Gibraltar, move ships. There you go, move. Makia, move ships. Yeah. Right then. We got that done. That shells roughly 1 month. At a certain point, I'm going to start building next generation battleships. Okay, if after the conquest of France, could it be possible for Germany to win if they didn't invade Russia and either claim Japan's problems, calm Japan's problems, stop it from going or at all costs, or just distance themselves from it, then turn to in Europe and fix the infrastructure of Euro and use Russian raw materials to build it, return rearm ships from Italian and French shipyards and super peace for the UK and rebuild Spain with an Italian shipyard tech? You would need a lot of changes to take place for that to actually be viable. And the biggest change you'd need is honestly, you would need the German economy to be set up to be able to stabilize. And the thing is, you would have to realize they would need to maintain huge forces of occupation the longer it went on. And the trouble is, it's not massive. It's not an impossible scenario for them to be able to pursue, but you would need a completely different leadership than Germany had to be able to pursue that kind of policy. A completely different leadership. There is also no way that Germany can successfully really calm down Japan or change Japan's scenario, because Germany has no influence in the Far East whatsoever at this point. They have no influence, they have no capability of forces there, they have nothing. You would probably still want America to go to war. The trouble is, with America going to war with Japan at any point, if America goes towards Japan, Britain will get involved, because there is no way in the Far East Britain doesn't get involved. The moment America and Britain are allied, you then have a problem if you're Germany. Because if Britain and America are allied, then at a certain point they are going to gang up on you. Because it's going to be in their interest to do so. So the worst scenario you can have for Germany at any point is for Britain and America, the two massive infrastructure superpowers of the period, and that's, I'm going to use that phrase, an infrastructure superpower. There's also the problem, you have to also say you're going to need a leadership change in the UK if they'll accept peace. And on what terms will they accept peace? Will you accept the terms they'll do? Because if you, in a nice way, Britain is not going to accept any kind of peace where you are arming your navy and are going to grow your navy untrammeled by them. Whereas if they're fighting a war against you, they can keep bombing the out of your yards, so you can't build your ships. So you have to come with a scenario, and you have to fix it so that what the Germans are offering is. This is why I say you need a complete German change, because the Germans would have to for that to work, the Germans would have to basically tell Britain and prove to Britain that they were going to completely disarm their navy. They were going to get rid of all their capital ships, all their cruisers, all their submarines. They basically bail out destroyers, and that's it. That is the scenario that Britain might agree with. And the moment you have Germany agreeing to that, their whole system collapses. The political will to go to war in Europe is different than if Britain's fighting alongside America in the Far East. Then it doesn't matter if America joins the war in Europe or not. There's going to be enough technological share, there's going to be enough infrastructure share going on that Britain's going to be able to mobilise its forces. I don't think I need to command that battle to win it. Ooh, crop 4. Let's go to the Far East. Let's go to over here. Let's go to Portsmouth. Now, for those who don't realise it, these are the Hampshire class battlecruisers, which are my latest battlecruisers. They are still in construction. All my battleships are now in conservice, so I probably need to go through my ship designs and see what I need to upgrade. Let's check the research. Check I'm picking at the right point. I want explosives to be upgraded. So if I can get explosives and gun out upgraded, that's 3 months. Did the Iron Never design make a all-angle small caliber gun with shell rammers for destroyer guns? Second. They experiment with a lot of systems. It's getting under the weight limits, and it's getting it to work reliably as humans did it. And that's the trouble. The British would always be testing these things, and they'd be looking at them, and people go, "Well, that's more advanced." It is more advanced, but is it as fast, as reliable as your personnel doing it? If it's not, then is it worthwhile doing the swap over? Probably not. Sorry. That's rather gross, but I just realised. There we go. Done. As I was saying the other day, as you get older, you get more and more hair growing out your nose. And sometimes you go, what is this bit why am I getting weird signals? Oh, good lord, one of the hairs has grown down. And I either need to push it back up, or pluck it. And I always choose to pluck it. And then you realise you're doing it on camera and you're going, that looks rude. Okay. I've got... Okay. Who made the gun turrets for cruising up? Was it the shipyard or the Ordnance Company's foundries? The Royal Navy had their own... one of the larger Royal Navy yards, the one at Plymouth, could do some interesting work and would often do so. The one in Plymouth did sometimes work on it. Vickers did a major work on it, but there were also other companies which also did work to Vickers patents, as they were sometimes called, or Admiralty patents. But Vickers are... Vickers are a major force in terms of construction. A major force in terms of construction. It's... Well, I see. I was looking at recently some of the sort of facilities, some of the place I need to go. For my research trips, which I've got coming up, and yeah, it's amazing. Stuff from one yard can be split between 3 or 4 archives, and that's currently what I'm dealing with a yard in Newcastle, which I'm really focusing on, and it's split between about 4 archives. And I'm going to have to go to Teesside archives, to Tyne and Wear archives, to Greenwich National Maritime Museum archives, the Caird Library sort of section. It'll be fun, but that's what happens. That is what happens. Come on. No, I do not fancy taking them on. Oh, advanced bulkhead protection and Mark 6-inch, 4-inch guns. Cool. Oh, correctly, I've got 1 more month, and then I get something interesting in the big gun section. So I'm leaving that on. Boilers. Take that out. Ooh. Keep that on for 2 months then. 2 months, and I start. Now in December 1924, I plan on doing some ship design. I actually have to go reinforce the naval invasion, don't I? Oh yes, it's the Mark 60. It's the 16-inch guns. Oh goody. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Let horse stock. Any other part of China need blockading? Right then. December 1924, and I should be able to start planning my next battle fleet. Ooh, new technology on boilers. That's good. Boilers makes my world a little bit easier. Ooh, hull construction, internals. I should probably leave that on. Reducing chance of construction flaws. Currently, we're considering what happens with some of my recent ships. Yeah, I want to reduce the chance of flaws. That's the trouble, though. It's working out when you're going to do the next, pulse of development. I think it's going to be March 1925. It's a good month. It's a good year. It's a good month. I've got somehow control of Guam. If anyone's quite sure how I've done this. That should give me control of the entirety of the eastern seaboard of the United States, which will be useful. Sorry, finally got the nose hair. I thought I'd got with it, and then I hadn't. Oh god, that's rude. I do apologise. I've got to get out of that habit. Right then, let's go have a look at these. Right, let's work out what we're going to refit the Implacables with. Ah, they're good looking ships, they really are. Right, so which guns have a poor sector of fire? Full weight offset. Right then, refit time, 9 months. Oh, that's fine. Right then, my intention is to stick pretty much up that to about 6. Up that to about 6. That to about 6. Halfway offset. Take that down to about 10. That goes down to about 4. 5. Ship is overweight. And I think that will do. That will do, because that's got a range of that. Yeah. So yeah, this is yeah, because I've reached that level of tech, this is what these have. And these are 16.5-inch 49 caliber guns in 1920s. Let's be honest, that's something which you do not want to fight. And that will certainly improve those ships. And yeah, we'll have a look at the rest. Basically, I'm standardizing everything on the 16.5-inch guns, because that tends to be what I go to at this point. I don't really bother with going much bigger. Yes, there are advantages to an extent to going to 18-inch and all those things, but 16.5-inch will do 90% of the jobs for me, and I can carry enough of them that I can make anyone's life a bit of a nightmare. Right then, these are the King Edward VII ships. Let's see. if I want to refit those. These are a nightmare for anyone to fight, really. They are designed to be a nightmare for anyone to fight, really. That's their purpose. And they are basically designed to go into a fight and at the end of it still be in one piece. Because that's because of my deck thickness. Literally, that's deck armor thickness. You make the ship fatter, you make his deck armor heavier. Could take it down to 17,800 kilometers. Can I ask that to 31 knots? I can. And I can up. Now this is only 9 16.5-inch guns. Only 9. But, well, you would probably agree that this ship is probably one of the most heavily armoured ships you're ever likely to fight. With 18 inches of belt armour. But this isn't the biggest ship I'm going to build. Not by, you know, I just wanted to have a very fast battleship that could do 30 knots as early as I could. We'll have a look at our battlecruiser design now and see if that needs to be any upgrades that can be put into that, and then we'll do work on the new design and work out if we want to go battleship or battlecruiser for it. I think we'll probably go battleship, because if we can do a 30-knot battleship, then that makes life a lot easier. Didn't like the 4-inch guns being up there. I'm not sure why. We'll see. What does this all allow us to do? Oh, I've freed up quite a bit of weight, actually. Well, let's put these up to the full 15%. Starboard weight offset. Starboard weight offset for... Where is the... What's the extra starboard weight? Do we have torpedo launchers on this thing? We have no torpedo launchers. Let's see how far this goes. I'm thinking this battlecruiser is going to be pretty darn scary to anyone who decides to take it on. I'd say that's probably gonna be enough to be very, very scary whenever it needs to be. What do you think? 9 16.5-inch guns, top speed, 36 knots, range. Well, if I take the range down a bit, I can do some. I can do some even more nasty things with it. So I'm going to keep doing that. I can actually give this thicker than a Montana main deck. 19-inch main belt, 8.3-inch main deck. I think this is an okay design. 36 knots of speed. Pretty good accuracy. Yeah. I wonder how quickly I can refit those to that standard. Probably quite quickly, considering they're all sitting in port. Nelson-style wizard towers aren't in the game. No, they're not. You see, the thing is, you'd say the trouble is the mechanisms themselves, in terms of you RN, during protection, you've asked what RN were always about automation, less crew. So we're not having the crew losing the crew, save a bit of weight. It does save weight, but it does also add weight in that sometimes the machinery takes up more space. Yeah, I know. I could have these available now, but I could also have them available in 6 months and have them a lot better. Let's go for a new design. Now, what should we find? What's the largest battleship I can get? That takes up to 61,000 tons, 45. Yep, that's 61,000 tons. So again, we are going for as survivable as we can make this thing. Right then. So, let's start looking through you and going, what are the options with you? Take that down to double. That down to 4. Leave that at that. Leave that at that. What is taking up the weight? Let's see. Is it the getting you over 30 knots mark? We've got geared turbines. We're just going down to induced. Going down to natural. Halfway offset 25%. We can work this one out. We will want to move those, make those as long. as possible. And we want to make them up to 16.5-inch guns. So we want to make sure that that can do a full 360. That can do a full 360. That can do a full 360. Can it? Do we think that can do a full 360, or should I knock this forward one and this forward one? I think so. I think that's what I have to do. And if we go for forced, so let's see, we've got 30-knot ships. Go down to 16. But take those up to 16. Take them all up to 16. And 4-weight offset, aft belt, aft deck, main deck, foredeck. Take you down to 12. Right. And nothing else we can do. Well, cordite does give us extra range, so it's always good to have. And that gives us plus 2.5% gun range, plus 3.5% gun range. Adding cordite 1, that gives us 10% range. These guns have a range of now 33.2 kilometers. That's cool. We're now stable, which is always good. We still got 4-weight offset massively, but we can work around that. Take that down to 6. Take it down to 5. Ooh, still 2,000 tons over. I wonder what we can do to reduce weight by roughly 2,000 tons. Now, this is an idea I've had, so please don't shoot me straight away. So, that's 4-weight, 4.3% offset. But that does reduce the weight by quite a large margin. Let's put in our secondary guns. Especially once we start upping their firepower. That will only increase. So halfway is now 62%. Roll 28.5%. Actually, no, I'm going to put that down to 16 inch, and I'm just going to keep upping this and see at what point I can get this down. So what can we do for you? Roll. Okay, we want the roll down below. We want the roll and the pitch down below 25% if we can. We want half weight offset. To be minimal. Take that down even further if we can. Take that down to 14. Ooh, that's given us a near couple of 100 tons. Can I put that? Can that give me enough? Not quite. But what do you think? Do we think she looks cute? Mm-hmm. I'm now 30 tons overweight. Where am I going to polish 30 tons from? There. Pitch 38%. Pitch is how much he's going to rock. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So that's increasing pitch and roll. Now decreasing pitch and roll. Nope, that's just increasing everything. I think there's going to be more mines coming in my future, and this is something I'm worrying about, and I'm thinking through. So if I have an 18-inch main belt, (18.5-inch main belt). Lord Nelson class. Dreadnoughts would have been stupidly fast. Let's go to exit constructor. And let's start making some designs obsolete, I think. There again, I might not. I might try and upgrade all the 2s. Mecha Gore's fun. Ooh, Cordite 1. Chew powder, I think, is enough for us. Capitalistic, too. Main guns, centerline guns. Now, what do we think of this for an upgrade? Yeah, I know. It hasn't got enough in terms of stability things. We need to fix certain facets of it. Right then, let's... That should be good. That should be capable. Add that in. Let's see. Anything I can do to make it slightly full-weight offsetter? Boom. Anything I can do. How many torpedo tubes do we have? If I get rid of the torpedo tubes, because the torpedoes have a range of very close and practically pointless, that gives me 300 more tons. Mm-hmm. to make sure that's double hull. And suddenly I think I can do some things with this. Main deck. It's always dinner time already. It is. And it's still raining by my looking out there, I think. There we go. I think that's a pretty good refit, isn't it? And I'd say that's going to be a very useful ship once it's in service. See if I can refit any of these. What would happen if you gave Jackie Fisher modern naval CAD software and team people who knew how to use it pre-Dreadnought? Frigate. Very fast Dreadnoughts is definitely a high probability. Very powerful Dreadnoughts. I think, honestly, considering some of his writings, once he realised that super firing worked and he could do his super firing, I honestly think that you would have had a narrower Dreadnought, which is going to increase the length to beam ratio, a narrower and longer Dreadnought. Not impossible the yards available at the time, in fact very easy doable. So that would increase the length to beam ratio, which would probably increase the speed, so you probably have a Dreadnought which instead of being 21 knot ship was a 24 knot ship. It might still have used 12-inch guns, it might not have. There is always a possibility that, especially if he knows that he can do this, it might end up being triple 14-inch guns, because Ellsworth Ordnance Company had a 14-inch gun which was perfectly serviceable, and this was a triple turrets, but they could go with a twin turret still. But it would probably be 5 twin turrets in A, B, X and Y, and one in the middle sort of Q position, and it would probably be a 24 knot ship. Just making sure all my battle cruisers are upgraded to freeze before I go. Yeah, you cannot build that, that's fine. That's not that. We'll see what we can do with this ship, because we found it out of it. That's helpful. That's starting to look a little bit more scary. That's starting to look way more scary. Ship is overweight. Yeah, I thought it would be. Let's find out what's causing the ship to be overweight. Let's find out what's causing the ship to be overweight. More fighter that's going to cause you to be overweight, because I'm doing some major work to you. It's going to take 15 months to refit you, and basically you're going to be an entirely new ship by the time I'm finished. Okay, so, right, let's go see where the weight is. Oh, we'll take you on the torpedoes, aren't we? That's taken us down. We now need to be 2,000 tons lighter. Standard. That. Graded. Enhanced reloading. Aft weight offset. Take that down. Anything else that I'm doing that's really racking up the weight? Put it down to a 30 knot ship. Is that like, does that make the weight? 4 weight offset. That takes me down. So now I've got 1,000 tons. Yeah, all those upgraded. I need to find a way to get the weight down. Nah, I don't think it's going to work. Some of these designs I'll be able to, some of them were knife edge designs when I design them. And if I can't, then they'll go, basically, once enough sufficient generation, next generation battle cruisers and battleships enter service. The ones I can upgrade, I'll upgrade. The ones I can't upgrade will go. So, hedgehogs probably are going to go. Let's see what we can do with mosquitoes. These, I think, could be an easier design to modify and upgrade. Well, I suppose I am increasing the gun from 13.5 inches to 16.5 inch guns. And yeah, I'm also making the ship more survivable. I'd like to point that out. So this glass probably going to work. Let's see. On star 5, that's what they got. On star 6, that's not what they got. Let's see, how much is this going to help me? Because I like stable ships, but I like ships which can hit their opponents hard. And that will do nicely. 4 weight. 4 weight. 4 weight is heavy, apparently. Those turrets are very lightly armoured, but it should keep them enough going. Give them enough to keep them going. 4 weight's still massively heavy. There you go. I think that's a good upgrade. Those are some very long-barreled secondaries, but, you know, what can I say? Yeah, this ship is designed for long-range engagements. Frigate. Frigate. Yowza. Okay, so I now have to lose 110 tons, roughly. Well, that's going down to 10 inches. That's going to lose 100 tons. Yep, that'll do. Range, 31 kilometers. Yes, same design. No, but I can upgrade everything to those 16.5-inch guns. That is my entire cunning plan. Basically, everything on the 16.5-inch guns, then slowly I lose old ships through destruction more than anything else. I just keep refitting everything I can to these new standards. So I've got mosquitoes. Oh, tigers. Let's see what the tigers are capable of doing. Can I upgrade them to the triple 16.5-inch? Oh, good ships. Let's see, refit. You are obsolete, my friend. You really are. But I still like you. I do. I do. I think we'll leave you at... Shall we up you to 33 knot ships? Yeah, let's up you to 33 knot ships because we can. Right. I'm fairly sure we're going to have to get rid of that. Now, 16.5-inch guns with that. Their range is 35 kilometers, their range is 40 kilometers. We want a super firing barbette small. Because I want to stick my 6-inch gun. No, it won't go up, that's too small. Barbettes. That's supposed to be a short barbette for small second owner guns. There you go. That does it. Twin 4-inch guns anywhere? No. Let's see what we can do to the hull reshaping. Right then, let's see. Where have I added in the weight that I want to get rid of? And where have... Juice does enough, balance do it enough. It's got to be forced. Okay. Force it is. Half weight offset. Take that down. We want those up to 15% increase, and those up to 15% increase. We want those to be as long range possible as weapons as possible. No torpedoes left. 1,000 tons overweight. What can we do? Any suggestions? Any suggestions? That has even more weight. But that does improve torpedo damage resistance, as does flood anti-free, and changing to that. Oh, that really increases the weight. Those are 2,000 tons each. What is the differential between them and they are? That would save me roughly, that's 1,605 or 1,623. So that's changed me roughly 700 tons each one. So if I go through and I replace that, we're a twin. Now I need to find 2,000 tons. And preferably something to do about the main deck. 4 weight offset. 4 weight offset. That doesn't what I need to do. Mm-hmm. I think that does it for me. I think that's that's enough of an improvement for me to be happy with that one. All of them are obsolete, but they work. They do work. Gotta get better at this interaction stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I better go away and take a break before I have brew ships this afternoon. I've got a pile of books around in here somewhere for both brew ships this week and brew ships next week. The odds of me actually producing the right book for the right brew ships is a low one, but we'll see. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Thank you, Renan, Duke of Betchington, Intern Hulk, hello, and Gazman14, and Silence3478, and Leslie, and Cody88, hello, and everyone who's been on today. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Got a bit distracted by ship design, I think, at the end. It happens. Take care, on.